Okay. All right, everyone. Just give me a moment, and I'm gonna start in a moment. So, okay. So, quick one. I'm going to introduce myself again. Okay. So, this life is just continuation of my previous life, right? Which explain about us at Top Media Technology. Okay. So, I'm going to make this one more elaborate. So we'll be talking extensively regarding our top media technology. Okay, so now um Fakayode, okay, and you can call me Tim Fak, right? So I'm going to be doing presentation so that we can have more details about top media technology and also about myself. Okay, so just give me a moment. I'm going to share my screen. Um, okay, it's coming up. Okay, so please let me know if you can screen. Okay, so like I said, this presentation today, this live is about top media technology, and top media technology is a full spectrum IT solution for Kingdom citizen and also for the world at large. When it comes to startup business, when it comes to small scale enterprise or large scale enterprise, top media technology, we are there for you. Okay, so we are about all about us is to impact life and to uh, make sure that we contribute to the people out there. So now, agenda for today in our presentation, okay, is number one, an introduction. Number two, what you can see here is what is top media technology, what are we for, what are we doing, who do we serve. Okay, so our next one is our core specialization. What do we specialize into? What do we do? Okay, and then who do we serve? Who we serve, right? So we want to talk about who are our customers and who do we render services and products to. Okay, so and at the same time, we'll be talking about our digital products, right? What we actually, giving out to the world. Like I said, top media technology, we're not just an enterprise, we're not just a business, we're not just an IT firm, right? Uh, that actually, uh, deliver your deliver all your requests or probably solve issues and all of that. Concerned about impacting life, right? So all our IT skills, all our knowledge, whatever we have, right? We are touch life to live a purposeful life, right? So your skills, your talents, your gift, whatever things you have, right? Apart from solving people's problem, you know, getting money for your service and all of that, you want to see how we can use that skills, that talent to impact people's life out there. So that is just the whole focus. So then our YouTube channel, right? Our YouTube channel is there for us to have tips about IT, different area of ITs, and then so it's there for you to, subscribe, watch, share to others, especially to students that are trying to, break into tech, or either they have tech skills, they have IT knowledge or not, they just want to go into tech because these days you don't really need to have educational, you know, background like before, right? You can break into tech, can go into tech, starting from different areas of IT, right? Data analytics is there, from there you can now, move on to the high level of IT that you wish to go into. So, our YouTube channel explains, give you tips, different area of IT, cloud computing, IT infrastructure, networking, when it comes to different areas of IT. So how can you engage us? So we're going to talk about how you can engage us, different areas where you can engage us, and then uh, after then you can now see how we can build tech skills together. So I want you to enjoy the ride with me as we go into this presentation in details. Okay, so yeah, this is me. My name is Timothy, like I said earlier, Timothy Fakayode, but you can call me Tim Fak. So just this just brief about me, what I'm into. I'm a kingdom-minded teacher, right? And also technology enthusiastic. I'm focused in IT, co-founder of Top Media Technology, right? And then the Purpose Ministry. So my core area in IT is focused on IT infrastructure, cloud computing, and other areas of IT, right? So, and like I said before, my focus or our focus in top media technology is to help people, right, impacting life, so helping kingdom citizens and the world at large. Also, when you talk about the world, like I said, is a system. When you talk about system, we talk about different sectors in the world. We have just use our country anywhere in the country. We can use, they have different sectors. We have the sports areas, we have educational sector, we have environmental sectors, we have different area sectors. So how can you use your tech skills, right, to solve people's problem, you know, earning money for your service and at the same time impacting lives, right? So that is just the focus, and our focus in top media technology. We are focused on impacting life, solving people problems, using your tech skills, and at the same time making sure that you contribute to the life of people, right? So tech skills, kingdom purpose, live the purpose life. So that is just a brief overview about me. Okay, so moving on to the next one is what is top media technology? Now, top media technology, right? Like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, okay, is a full spectrum IT solution provider. We are an IT solution providers. We serve kingdom peoples. We serve the citizens. We serve enterprise. We serve startup business, small scale business, large scale business. And also, we train people. We train people in IT. We when it comes to tech outsourcing, for example, we have a project uh, that you want to run, right, in IT areas, right, or you have a project in your hands that your hand is so filled up and you don't know how to, and you need to deliver, right, you can outsource us. We have professionals in different areas of IT that can run a freelance for you, that can run a gig for you, that can do a lot of things for you to make sure that you meet your target. Okay, so we are there for you. We have professionals, trained professional in different areas of IT. All you just need to do is contact us and we get in touch with you. Okay, so bridging the gap between technical expertise and then kingdom purpose. Yes, we are there to make sure that uh there's synergy between the what's it called, the kingdom citizens and also the expertise. So we've seen a lot of gaps in area of whereby we have people that are into IT, but then they are not really impacting the world. Okay, so that's why we are making sure that we bridge the gap. Again, like I said, when I mention kingdom citizens, right? Don't go into that church mind of a thing, right? In this world, there's a kingdom, right? And also in this world, there's a king. And I say king is like the president or anyone in charge of a country, right? So while you are in this world, right, you have to make sure that yes, you impact life positively, right? So that you're in this world or whatever you are doesn't mean that okay, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to impact people's life, you don't have to work or you don't have to solve people's problem, you don't have to think. No, that you are in this life, that is to let you know that you have a purpose, you have a problem to solve, you have a service to render, you have a product to sell to people. You have to be open-minded and also forward thinking to make sure that yes, that you are in this world as a kingdom citizen doesn't mean that you be idle, doesn't mean that okay, I have uh, my kingdom in heaven. No, right? So uh, having your kingdom in heaven doesn't mean that okay, you be in the world not being useful. Okay, you can be heavenly minded and earthly uh, useful, right? So while you're in the world, right, ensure you impact the system. Okay, so we are a registered IT company. We solve customer issue remotely. We work globally to solve customers' problem. And you can see uh, from we have our location, physical location. Also, will work remotely from Lagos to the world. Okay, so now our core IT specialty, right? Our core areas, like I said, top media technology, and I myself, I'm IT infrastructure engineer, also cloud engineer, and also I cover some areas of IT. So, number one, cloud computing. Cloud computing. When we talk about cloud computing, you know, it started from even God Himself. So, when science and technology comes and say there's no God, I will look at that and say, if only they can justify their own being alive, being human, right? So God worked with Moses, right? And Moses collected the Ten Commandments, right? From where? From nowhere. Yes, from nowhere. And that is where the first concept of cloud comes in, right? He collected the Ten Commandments from where? From cloud. So God Himself is the originator or the source of cloud, right? So, and the cloud computing is just like they use that word cloud. Cloud is actually somewhere safe, right? So, talking about the word, God Himself downloaded what is called Ten Commandments to Moses on a on a stone, right? So that is the concept of clouding. So, but more to that, earthly, what we have here in the world, we have different area of cloud. We have different OEM that support cloud. We have AWS, Amazon, right? We have Google, we have GCP, we have Microsoft, and all of that. So that is just area, and each of these cloud area, each of these platform, uses similar tools and resources. So we're going to talk about that in detail. So moving on to the next one, we have uh, networking, for example, using Cisco, right? This is where we talk about the connectivity of your device over the network. We can talk about your laptop, talk about your desktop, you can talk about your, mobile phone. How can they talk to each other over the network, connecting via the wireless medium, connecting via the LAN and all of that. So we're going to talk about that also in detail. So the third one is software development. This part of area of IT is very detailed and very, very, very deep, right? So we're going to also talk about that. From this list, I didn't put data analysis and all of that, but we're going to have separate discussion and presentation regarding this. That is why I want you to just stick to this channel, subscribe, like, share to a lot of people that want to have deep understanding in IT. So we're going to make this our tips and our training to be very, very practical, right? That you can add it to your CV and then you can go for an interview. All right, the next one is cybersecurity. When you talk about cybersecurity, people want to go into cybersecurity, they don't really know the foundation. What are you going there to resolve, right? Cybersecurity is more complex than network security. Our number two item talk about network, but I didn't mention network security there. So when you're talking about network, you're talking about network security alongside, because you can't have your device over the network without securing it. Securing it is to ensure that you have authentication, firewall in place, authorization, and authority on the network. Who is accessing the network? How are they accessing the network? What medium and all of that. So to ensure that there is no intruder, unwanted user to have access to your environment. So next one is hardware and software maintenance. So this has to do with physical devices, how you maintain it needs your laptop, your desktop, your monitor, your CPU to ensure that they are functioning optimally. You know, some of them you might need to do a lot of cleaning. Some of them you might need to open and all of that. Some of them might need to change their cooling fan or the gel and all of that. So that is part of this is not only on laptop or desktop, even on on server and switches and all of that. You need to ensure that they are well tidy up. So our next one, which is part of our core specialty, is tech outsourcing. Like I said earlier, right? We are into outsourcing professionals of different area of IT, to ensure that they render services to you. All you just need to do is to contact us, tell us your project, or tell us what you want us to do for you. Whatever you have in mind, you have a project in hand that you want support, or you want someone in that specialty to assist you with, we have them available, professional IT outsourcing. Okay, so next one is professional training. Like, we can't just outsource professional to without training them. The work ethic, how to meet timeline deliverables, how to approach customers, how to make sure you start a project, end-to-end projects, you start here, ensure you hand it up and all of that. So we train them in terms of communication and all of that, active listening and effective communication. We make sure that you have enough hands that can assist you in your IT related issue. Personally, if you are running individual project or as a small scale business or a startup business, we are there for you. And all of this is just affordable price. Okay, so you can reach out to us in our contact. So last one is IT consultants. So IT consultants is if you want to help you to analyze your environment, if you want us to look at your environment and say, okay, how can I bring in different solution, modernized solution? You have been hearing about infrastructure optimization. You have been hearing about a different cloud. You have been hearing about a lot of things. So if you want us to come to your environment and say, okay, how can I do this? How can I do this? How can I make height to make my work easier? We are there for you. You can contact us. Then we help to analyze the environment. We give you the best solution that will increase your productivity, that will enhance your operational efficiency, you know, that will give you a lot of turnaround, okay, and make life easier for you and your staff, okay. So all about this is for this IT consultancy, right? Anything that has to do with your IT, give it to us while you focus on your business strategy, how to grow your business, okay. But every headache regarding IT, every whatever, leave it to us. We're going to handle that. We are there for you, okay. So quick one. Before I proceed, I would like to engage my people. Let me just take a look. Give me a moment. Um, okay. If you are there and you're enjoying the session, just say I. And if you can hear me clearly, just say I. So I need to know that I'm really engaging my people out there, those that are currently on live, and then those that will be joining or watching uh, later on. So please confirm if you can hear me and then you are enjoying the session, okay? Okay, I can see. Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Yeah, I can see the only one with the voice. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate. Israel, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Yeah, thank you. All right, so my boss, extra cash. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Okay, so moving on. Let me just share my screen back so we can continue. All right, so just give me a moment. All right, so okay, so moving on to the next slide. So this is going to talk about I made it because my previous slides of my previous life, right? I didn't say much. I just do a quick presentation, right? So, and the reason why I'm doing these slides to just talk more about it. Now, I mentioned cloud computing earlier, right? So, cloud computing is more about, like I said, it's a platform, right? And we have AWS here, Amazon Web Service is a cloud platform and it's hosted somewhere, like I said, somewhere safe, right? And then we have Microsoft 365. This is for Microsoft. It's a cloud environment as well. And we have Azure, which is part of Microsoft workload. So now, talking about Google, also we have GCP, right? And then these are the platform, right? We can have Windows Server also. So in all of these platform, you are talking about provisioning environments, right, and the resources. And the modern tools that we are using today is, and we're going to talk about that. And I know you have been hearing about it. It is called Terraform for IT infrastructure, right? We're going to talk about that. That's why I want you to stick to this video and to our YouTube channel so that you're going to get practical tips, right? Also, we have ebooks that can guide you to, because the ebooks is well detailed and practical, which will also help you in your IT. So I would like us to introduce a lot of people. If you have someone that want to go into IT that is interested in IT, if you have someone that struggling in IT, if you have someone that want to know more about IT, you can just share this give this channel to them. Okay, so network, using Cisco as an example, like I said, we have network devices, we have the router, we have the switches, we have other network devices that you need to have in your environment. So part of our work is to look at your environment and say, okay, these are what you need based on your requirement, based on your needs. Okay, so like I said before, the next one is network security. So talking about network security, we have various network security. We have Sophos, we have Meraki, we have Cisco ASA, we have Firepower, which is part of Cisco. Depending on your budget, depending on your environment scope, architecture, your request, your client request, right? We give you and based on your budget, right, we give you the best recommended uh, devices for your environment. The next one I'm going to talk about, like I said it's going to be very detailed. Is the area of IT that is very detailed, very broad, right? Is software development, right? And the best way to understand it is a kind of life cycle, the beginning of a project to the end of the project, right? So that is where you need to work with a lot of stakeholders, business owner, and all of that. So software development lifecycle phases for business needs. So before you say, okay, we're a software developer or you're a software engineer, you need to understand that this is all about the business. Right. So that is why today, in the world today, software engineers, software developers, they are trending and they are highly demanding, in fact, you can be doing a lot of work together. You can be doing 2 or 3 jobs together remotely. They are the one that are enjoying today. Okay. So now this set of people needs to understand that it's not all about me, it's all about the business and how can I bring the business idea to limelight. Stakeholders, business owners will come to you and say, okay, this is my problem. You as a software developer, whatever, we look at how can this be achieved? How can this solution achieve or solve this problem? Okay, so and the project go for functionality or no functionality. So you are going to categorize the business needs their goal based on functionality and non functionality. So then you come up with system design. You need to define the architecture, where is this going to be, what's going to be here, and all of that. Okay, how will this work with this one? How will they communicate together? So that is when you come about client to client or client to server. If you want to host the environment in microservice, and again, you need to understand the budget of the stakeholders or the business owner or the requester, right? What is your budget? So you can look for solutions that will meet that budget and at the same time that will ensure that it gives them what they want. So inside software development, whatever, you need to have skills of front end and back end. Yeah. So in some environments, you have someone that is dedicated and specialized in front end engineering work. You have someone that are dedicated in back end engineering. Some can be full stack. You can be either of the two. Okay, so for the front end, you need to understand number one, the language. Which language are you familiar with? The basic one, we have HTML structure, we have style, which is CSS, you have the JavaScript, which is dedicated for behavior. Of course, you can start with that. If you want to go into tech, you want to just be a front end engineer, you want to focus on language, you want to focus on a framework, you want to focus on, those two things, fine. Gradually, you can move on to the back end. Then you want to learn about Java or Python, Node.js, C Sharp, and then other framework like ASP. ASP always work with the framework always work with C Sharp, right? So, and then I need to have idea about the API, right? And how API talks to the database, which is the DB. So, part of it, like I said earlier, development is still part of it. So, talking about coding, right? So, developer needs to write a code, right? Either you are front end or back end to write the code. Then from there, after you have done that, if it needs to connect with API, maybe you are doing an API call with endpoint URL, whatever, right? Then you test it in a testing environment, right? Once you are confirmed it's good, it's achieving the purpose, then you deploy to the production. You know, Deploying to production before now is just normal deployment, and when there's a break, you just do that post deployment, you just be doing the maintenance and all of that. So that is why development and operation comes in, which they are calling DevOps. Okay, this is one of the latest fast growing tech role, right? DevOps is more of making life easier for developer, making life easier for even project manager, because uh those days, a lot of project manager will say, okay, this is the timeline for this project, so timeline, but before you realize there will be delay, there will be break in environment, there will be, apart from stakeholders, some engineer will not be meeting deliverables and all of that. So timelines and all of that will be an issue for project manager. But with DevOps, they make the project more easier and faster depending on the analysis that the development the software development engineer has actually presented to them. So they help you to run continuous integration. Continuous integration before now is so difficult to run a continuous integration because it's just like a break and fix. It's just like, you know, when there's issue while you are running a project, maybe after you have run the project or you have deployed to your UAT or uh, user test environment, or probably even in production, you have to now be doing normal maintenance. But again, the continuous integration, which is this, the part of it helps you to, without wasting time, you can actually do different releasing of new modification without any issue. Then continuous deployments. So this actually work easily for uh, developer and also for project manager. So Ansible is for automation. So all of this can be automated. Which these are the new tools or new DevOps tools that help organization. Then we have Dockers for running containerized application, the application that that needs to run in the container. So um, maintenance support, comes in thereafter, and then that one is to fix bug, modification. Maybe there's need for version upgrade and all of that. So if you can see, or as you can see, software development is so broad, right? But again, you can fix yourself in any of these role, like I've mentioned. So just look at any area of this IT and say, okay, this one will focus and be a master on it. So we're going to talk about all of this in our YouTube channel, right? So stay tuned. Always click the notification button, subscribe for more of my videos. So next one is cybersecurity. Like I said, a lot of people are talking about go to cybersecurity, go into cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is very delicate, very broad, and very deep. Okay, so but on the surface, right, you need to have understanding of background of what you are going into. Like I've mentioned, software development, right? It's not only about us as engineer, it's about the business. So the business will come with a complex project for you as software development and say, okay, this problem is so complex. How can you resolve it? Then you'll be wondering, oh, what can I use? Which tool can I use? Which solution can I use? So that shouldn't be an edit for you because that is part of your job. Okay, so now that is why you really need to know what area you are going into. So cybersecurity is more about assets, environment of the organization, both the physical environment, both the network environment, every of the environment of the organization is under your care, even all the items. No, now identifying the assets, what do we have in this organization, is part of your job to make sure they are secure. The system, the risk, the vulnerability, protecting against attack using different tools. For example, using firewall, using access control, authentication. Somebody coming to your organization, do they just go in without badging in, without uh, 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 without having thumb access and all of that, or without having an ID card? There should be a way of you trying to check people access to physical access to the organization. It's still part of cybersecurity. You'll be surprised, right? So people coming and going in the organization is part of your job as cybersecurity engineer. Okay, so access control, authentication, both physical access and also online access to different environments, application, emails, network area, devices, and all of that. So It's part of you. How do you want to make sure that it's the right user that is accessing the right resources at the right time? All right, it's part of your job. So you can use multi-factor authentication, you can use encryption depending on the environment or depending on the platform that access needs to be given. Okay, you can use endpoint antivirus. There are some antivirus if you install in your system, nobody can log into the system, right? Except the right credential, right? Except the right credential. So that is why you need to protect your sensitive information when you are in a open space. So detecting security incidents, you have intrusion prevention, intrusion detection, right? These are part of the cybersecurity, what's it called? Tools that you can use, mechanism that you can use to prevent unauthorized user access to the environment. So respond action to contain or mitigate threats, restore normal. So after all of this, when there is a kind of maybe access unwanted access to environment, how fast can you bring the environment back to to operation is still part of your job. Okay, so this all of this is just for you to have a view of IT in different areas. Okay, last next one is hardware and software maintenance, support and maintenance. That is just all about that. And then tech outsourcing and professional IT training, IT consultants, and all of that. I've mentioned that they are not that much for us to grab. Okay, so who we serve, right? You need to have your audience, you need to have your customer. Who do you serve? Who do you render your product and services to? You need to identify them and see how you can meet their needs. So our audience, right? Our audience is both kingdom citizen, the world, the system, startup business, large scale business, churches, different ministries, even Muslim rights, different religion rights. We are there to ensure that different sectors, music sectors, education sectors, agricultural sectors, financial sectors, different sectors in the world, right? We want to make sure that yes, we serve and we impact life, or even students and all of that. So we don't just serve clients, we serve with kingdom purpose. Okay, so um just to ensure that we give our clients, our customers, those that patronize us, those that subscribe to our YouTube channel, the best of what they want. Once they come to our YouTube channel, you can see the tip of IT and all of that. Oh, you like this, oh, you like that. Oh, how can I get more or deeper understanding about this? So we have our ebook, which is part of our digital products that we have, So created. So if you look at this, it's just ABC to network for beginners. So this is a little project that once you even having it in your portfolio or adding it to your CV is a project that you can do from beginning to the end because you have to present yourself with something. What have you been able to do, right? So looking at this is just about how can you connect different environments together using GACP, right? A lot of people, like I said in my previous presentation, talking about a lot of people are talking about DHCP related. How does it work? Where do you apply it to? In the network area, right? You can apply it to router, right? And then you can use switches as is layer two switches that might not need IP what's it called? EPA uh, IP address EPA, right? Uh, so now this book costs is just 3,500 only, right? So again, it's a book that comprises DHCP. You have heard about it, HTTP lab and all of that, Cisco routing configuration. How can you set up a Windows server for this? And we have a lot of compiled troubleshooting guide and packet captures analysis. So it's going to be a good book for you to venture into, dive into, and going to help you a lot. Okay, so now talking about our YouTube channel, right? What do you expect on our YouTube channel? You come to our YouTube channel, you're going to learn a lot. All mentioned before, you're going to see them there loaded. And not only that, once you subscribe, right, you can also share to others. So I'm going to look at before I end this session. Uh, okay, so how can you engage us? Yes, you can engage us just this, three step. Get our ebook online, subscribe to our YouTube channel, get more tips on IT, and then contact us for consultation, reach out to us for IT guidelines and all of that. That's how we can, come together and, have more deeper conversation. Okay, so I'm going to end this slide and this session very soon, but then just give me a moment. Let me see to engage my people online and for others that want to join. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, so thank you. I can see Fortune. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Extra Cash. Thank you, Israel. Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Thank you so much. Okay, um, so I'm going to leave my slide and then leave my YouTube link for everyone that want to just have to share the link to others that want to learn more. Okay, so okay, so here's the link to the ebook and also for the YouTube channel. This is the link. Also, feel free to share to people, invite people, and then see how we can impact life together and touch people's life. So working or having IT skills or having any tech skills, solving people problem is not only about working and handing money, right? We are called to impact people's life. We are called to use our skills and talent to, know, solve people problem, earn money, and see how we can impact their life. So it's not only just earn the money, pay bills and all of that, work, earn money, pay bills and all of that. No, let's see how we can into touch people's life in different areas with our tech skills and see how we can fulfill God purpose in our life. Okay, so on this note, I'm going to say big thank you to everyone for joining my session. Big thank you to Extra Cash, Mr. Israel, Mr. Anthony, Fortune, and everybody. It's okay. For those that are watching this live and also that will be joining uh, my videos in future, and that will be watching my videos in future and also my life. I want to promise you that you're going to enjoy the YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, comment, and like. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. All right, thank you.